is what actually is this technology, right? Because you talk about a technology, a quantum technology that allows you to create consciousness field and raise consciousness fields in specific geographic areas, for example. So this is interesting, right? And we talked about it, but is this sort of a more modern Tesla technology? What can I in my mind, what kind of picture should I have about this? Is it a whole room full of technologies? Is it a warehouse? How does this work?
Well, I could start. Originally, it was a whole room. In fact, there was several rooms. And it was floor to ceiling stacks of plates and coils and shapes. And there was wire. There was basically, it was wired. So there was, a wire coming in the bottom, out the top, over to the next stack, down to the bottom, over the, so the whole thing was wired. And in one room was oscilloscopes and the controls of the current. And there was high-speed alternating current running through all of these stacks. And that was tuned both in voltage and in the, the oscillation to pull in this life force energy, chi prana, that, energy existing around us all the time. And, that energy coming in was all sort of directed into one output stack. And at the bottom of that was this high field was created, this very, very high consciousness field that, you could feel it when you put your hand in it. It was very tingly. And that space became, like the quantum zone, you could say, where when things were put into the space, they were acted upon. So, and, we'd gone through last time about, how the initial usage was for arthritis, and marble was put in, and the breakthrough was to take a photograph of that marble and put the photograph into that space. And that would create the field in the marble wherever it was in the world. So that was kind of the start of the breakthrough. All right, there's this field is of such a quality and intensity that this can happen, this quantum connection. And since then, it has become much smaller, and it's no longer electrical. There's no longer an electrical current flowing through it. So it's advanced. It's like a smaller version of the stacks, you could say. And we have discovered ways to amplify the output. So, that original Tesla, and there was an original Tesla connection in the electrical version. And when we discovered ways to amplify, then that wasn't needed anymore. But it's almost like a device rather than a technology, because it's physical. It's focusing this available energy. And then sort of the technology connection comes into the instructions that we put into that space, that highly energized space, that as though we put a database folder into that space. We're connecting to a database. And those databases are, highly secured.
You deserve the truth, but big tech does not want you to hear it. So we built our own Inspired platform on the inspiredchannel.com. To watch the full video and more, just click the link in the video description or the pinned comment.